Miss Emily Langley was devoted to her job. She loved teaching English at Riverwood Middle School. But there was one thing she loved more quietly, secretly: a student named Jake Anderson. Emily knew it was wrong. She was a teacher, he was her student. Yet she couldn't help the flutter in her heart whenever he smiled or spoke to her. She admired his intelligence and kindness. Emily struggled with her feelings. Each day in class was a mixture of delight and torment. She knew she couldn't act on her emotions. It could ruin her career and Jake's future. But what if things were different? What if their love wasn't forbidden? One afternoon, Emily stayed late to grade papers. She found herself daydreaming about a world where she and Jake could be together. She sighed deeply as she packed her bag, the weight of her unspoken love heavy on her heart. She couldn't change who she was or the rules they lived by. As she walked to her car, she kicked a small, shiny coin on the ground. It glinted in the fading sunlight. Emily picked it up, twirling it between her fingers. She smiled at the simple beauty of it, her mind swirling with impossible dreams. Emily held the coin tightly. She felt a strange energy in it. What if it could grant wishes? She laughed at the thought but decided to humor herself. Closing her eyes, she made a wish. She wished she could be young again, a student like Jake, so they could be together without any barriers. The coin grew warm in her hand. Emily's heart raced. She opened her eyes, expecting nothing. Yet a sense of hope lingered. She slipped the coin into her pocket and drove home, the wish echoing in her mind. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. Her mind was filled with images of a different life. She tossed and turned, wondering if the coin had any power at all. Finally, she drifted into a fitful sleep, dreaming of a world where her wish came true. In the dark, the coin began to glow faintly, a soft light spreading through the room. Without Emily knowing, the wish was working its magic. The transformation had begun, slowly changing her into a younger version of herself. The next morning, Emily woke up feeling strange. She stumbled to the bathroom, splashing water on her face. When she looked in the mirror, she gasped. Staring back at her was a teenage girl. Her hair was longer, her skin smoother. She looked just like she did in middle school, but her mind was still her own, full of adult thoughts and memories. Emily couldn't believe it. The wish had come true. She felt a rush of excitement and fear. How would she explain this to everyone? What would she do now? She had to think fast. She called her younger sister Lily, who lived nearby. Emily explained everything, hoping Lily would understand. Lily was shocked but believed her sister. They decided to enroll Emily in Riverwood Middle School as a new student. Lily would become her legal guardian. It was a crazy plan, but it was the only way. Emily felt a mix of nerves and excitement as she thought about seeing Jake again, this time as a peer. Emily dressed in simple clothes, trying to blend in. She felt a strange thrill as she prepared to become a student again. This was her chance to live her dreams, to be with Jake without any rules keeping them apart. Section 4. Re-enrollment and sisterly support. Lily helped Emily with the enrollment process. They created a new identity for her, Emma Lang. It was close enough to her real name but different enough to avoid suspicion. The school accepted her without much hassle. Emily felt a mix of nostalgia and excitement as she walked through the familiar halls, now as a student. Lily took her role seriously, always checking in on Emily. She made sure Emily remembered to act like a teenager. Emily found it challenging at times. Her adult mind often clashed with her new appearance. But she managed, focusing on her goal to be with Jake. Emily attended classes, made friends, and tried to blend in. She saw Jake often, their paths crossing in hallways and classes. He was just as she remembered, kind, smart, and handsome. Emily's heart raced every time they spoke. She felt like a teenager in love, but with the maturity of an adult. One day, Jake invited her to join a study group. Emily accepted eagerly. It was a chance to spend more time with him. She felt a rush of excitement mixed with fear. This was her opportunity to get closer to him, to see if he felt the same way. Section 5. A blossoming romance. The study group meetings became Emily's favorite part of the week. She and Jake grew closer, sharing thoughts and dreams. Emily found herself falling deeper in love. She wondered if Jake felt the same. His smiles and kind gestures gave her hope. One evening, after a study session, Jake asked Emily to walk with him. They strolled through the park, talking about everything and nothing. Jake stopped suddenly, turning to face her. "Emma, I like you," he said softly. Emily's heart raced. She smiled, feeling a blush spread across her cheeks. Jake leaned in and their lips met. The kiss was gentle, sweet, and everything Emily had dreamed of. She felt a rush of joy, mingled with the thrill of breaking a taboo. They pulled apart, smiling at each other, the world around them forgotten. Their relationship blossomed in secret. They met often, sharing kisses and tender moments. Emily felt alive, happier than she had ever been. She knew the risks but was willing to take them for the sake of love. Each day was a new adventure filled with passion and discovery. Section 6. The final decision to stay young. As time passed, Emily faced a choice. The coin's magic was powerful but unpredictable. She could wish to return to her old life or stay young forever. The decision weighed heavily on her. She loved Jake and wanted to be with him, but the future was uncertain. Emily thought long and hard. She loved her job, her life as an adult, but the love she shared with Jake was undeniable. It was pure, strong, and real. She knew she couldn't have both. She had to choose one path and let the other go. One evening, as they sat together in the park, Jake held her hand. "Emma, whatever you decide, I'll support you," he said. His words gave Emily the strength she needed. She made her decision. She would stay young, for Jake, for their love. Emily tossed the coin into the river, sealing her fate. She embraced her new life, ready to face the future with Jake by her side. The forbidden love was no longer forbidden. It was a new beginning, a chance to live the life she had always dreamed of, with the one she loved.